Hello, lovelies. Welcome to Love Speaks, a poem for us all today by Vanessa Shields, local poet. It doesn't matter. The second hand on the clock ticks loudly, a steady soundtrack with the refrigerator gurgle and the air conditioner exhalation. It's an orchestral movement in the living room, and the sunlight uses the maple leaves as baton directing the mornings into flickering heat waves on the sofa. There's just one curious fact. The time on the clock is wrong. It is hours off, the result of a tired battery. I love that it doesn't matter. Time is a maple leaf cupping sunlight, the hum of machinery, how long it takes to write a poem. Thank you, Vanessa. I also love that it doesn't matter how long it takes to write a poem, how long it takes to spend quality time with nature, how long it takes to have a wonderful, meaningful conversation with a loved one, how long it takes to weed the garden. So a couple days ago, I decided it was time to tackle the weeds in the garden. And it's a very careful procedure because I planted wildflowers, and so the wildflower plants are coming up, and so it's a real education to figure out what's a weed, what is it that I don't want there, and what's a wildflower, that which I do want. And so I'm learning to tell the two apart, and I'm really enjoying that education. When I was weeding, I also had this tyranny of a voice inside my head saying, is this the best use of your time? And I thought about that. And I wondered about this expression that I so commonly use, and most of us do, spending time. I'm spending time doing this. I'm spending time doing that. I'm going to save some time by, doing this or doing that. And spending, saving. Yes, Western culture does look at time as a commodity, as money. And that really does put a bad taste in my mouth because it's not the most important thing. And guess what? Neither is money. Some cultures have a different relationship with time. It's not as important as relationships are. For example, there is a business meeting between a Brazilian businessman and an American businessman, and they both have different ideas of time. And this is coming up more and more. I was doing some research last night. It's coming up more and more because as a global community and world market, companies are doing business with other companies, or the same company might have a franchise in a different area of the world, or a different branch, and people need to communicate, and people need to get on the same page. And around the issue of time, we're not. We need to learn to understand one another. So the case of this business meeting with these two guys, of course, the Brazilian is late. Yeah, you figured that one out, right? The Brazilian is late, and the American is not happy. It's a sign of disrespect in our culture if someone is late. And he's also on a tight schedule. The schedule is, the ruler here in Western culture. You know, the schedule is, that's what we live our lives around, the non-ending schedule. However, so yeah, the American got upset with the Brazilian, and the Brazilian got upset with the American because he felt this pressure to get off the phone with this person he was talking to, and he felt it would be rude to cut it short because the Brazilian values relationship over whether he's a few minutes late or even half hour late for this meeting. So it's definitely a different way of looking at things. And I think we can learn from each other, keeping each other in mind. Definitely Western society can learn more about putting relationships first, putting nature first, putting our passions, our creativity first, and letting it not matter how long it takes. You know, and that can include any project we're working on, including our healing. You know, if we're healing from a disease or if we're healing from emotional trauma, you know, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. If the clock stops working, let that be okay. Let yourself move into a creative zone where it doesn't matter anymore how long it takes. And that's my call to action for you today. Choose to do something that is mindful. Slow your body down. Move with your inner spiritual desire. What is it that you really would benefit from today? So I wish you all a wonderful, relaxing day, putting what really matters to you first. Ciao for now.